Harcourt, Enugu to Ilori. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos.
Good morning, this beautiful morning to all our amazing viewers from all over the world. You're welcome once again to Today in the Dailies, happening live on 24 News Radio and Television, where you get the hottest and the most interesting news stories you can get from the country. I am Aiba Karina Waring. I have the following newspapers with me. I have the Punch newspaper today. I have Leadership newspaper. I have Nigerian Tribune. And of course, I have the Daily Trust. So starting off strong with the Punch newspaper, this big headline here says, importers outpace Dangote with 62% supply in 2025, petrol war. FG report shows high-stakes struggle for Nigeria's petrol markets at 15% fuel import duty looms. Another headline here from the Punch says FG allocates below 1% of 2026 budget to fight poverty. Cash rush, ATM withdrawals jump 198% to 36 trillion naira. Another headline here says 30 billion naira relief oil price politics as Makinde faces EFCC petition. And of course, from the sports here, we have drama as Senegal beats Morocco to claim AFCON title. For more details on this news, you can pick up the Punch newspaper. And from the Leadership newspaper, we have London property scandal. NBA committee reacts as federal government charges Ozonkome with forgery. ACO Group comments Dr. Henrietta Uku on global recognition by Marcus Who's Who. Obaseki Street, elderly women praise Opebolo over intervention in gully erosion site after 20 years. And on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, we have 2027 presidency debate over religious balance on Tinubu's ticket hot up. Northern leaders rule out Bishop Kuka, says he is politically exposed. X-ray General Musa Yiwada. Another one here says NAF airstrike kills over 40 terrorists in Borno. Alleged UK property fraud, ICPC files charges against Ozekume. 7.5% VAT, customers want CBN to caution banks over exploitation. And from the health segment here, we have foods with preservative increase risks of type 2 diabetes by 47%. Here says gunmen adopt Ondo APC chieftain kills police officer, abducts expatriates in Oyo. NDLEA arrests wanted drug kingpin 12 years after murder of 3 officers. And lastly, from the Daily Trust newspaper, it says nephew linked to Kanu family massacre. El Rufai Nena Ukeje Sunday direct to assess Fourth Republic progress. Yobe South Youth Unity Forum commends Governor Buni for his developmental and inclusive governance in the zone. NEF opposes location of National Gold Refinery in Lagos. If this news interests you, you can pick up these newspapers for more information. Now let's start with the Leadership newspaper. This headline struck us. It says, London property scandal. NBA committee reacts as federal government charges Ozekome with forgery. The Nigerian Bar Association NBA Anti-Corruption Committee has described the 3-count criminal charge filed against human rights lawyer Chief Mike Ozekome SAN by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission ICPC as a welcome development. The chairman of the NBA Anti-Corruption Committee, Professor Babafemi Badejo, who stated this in an exclusive interview, praised the ICPC for filing the charge, which allows the embattled lawyer the opportunity to defend himself. Prof. Badejo, however, noted that the ICPC's action also gives the senior advocate Ozekome the opportunity to clear his name. He said the ICPC has a formidable task of proving the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. London property scandal, NBA committee reacts as federal government charges Ozekome with forgery. You can pick up the leadership newspaper for more details. And from the Punch newspaper, it says petrol war importers outpace domestic refineries with 62% supply in 2025. Petrol importation remained the dominant source of fuel consumed in Nigeria in 2025, accounting for 62.47% of the country's total premium motor spirits consumption, the Punch reports. This trend persisted despite the commencement of operations steady ramp up in production and distribution of petrol by domestic refineries, notably the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, alongside state-owned refineries and several modular facilities, as revealed in the latest midstream and downstream sector fact sheet released by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. According to the newly released NNDPRA fact sheet of the state of the midstream and downstream petroleum sector, as analyzed by our correspondent on Sunday, total national petrol consumption by Nigerians stood at approximately 18.97 billion liters in 2025, with oil marketing companies accounting for 11.85 billion liters through imports, highlighting the market's continued dependence on foreign supply. This means that nearly two-thirds of the petrol consumed by Nigerians in 2025 was sourced from imports, while domestic refineries contributed about 7.54 billion liters, representing 37.53% of total consumption, the regulator stated. Petrol war importers outpaced domestic refineries with 62% supply in 2025. You can pick up the Punch newspaper. A huge gap between those importing and the domestically produced petroleum premium motor spirits PMS. We can also still accord the domestic refineries some accolades because this shows like a huge growth considering the past years where we solely depended on importation, but now we can see that at least we've been able to produce 37.53% of total consumption, and we hope that in 2026 it will not just end at 37%, will grow higher, and domestically produced premium motor spirits will really increase and then will grow to the level that will not depend on and will grow to the level that will not have to depend on importation anymore. Kudos to Dangote refineries and other locally produce refineries. Now, from the Punch newspaper again, it says APC rules out automatic tickets for defecting governors. Top leaders of the All Progressive Congress (APC) have ruled out granting of automatic tickets to governors, including Akwa Ibom State Governor Umar Eno, Taraba State Governor Abu Kefas, and Rivers State Governor Similayi Fubara, who joined the party recently, as well as Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, who is expected to join soon. A member of the APC National Working Committee (NWC), who spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to comment on the issue, explained that defection from another political party to APC does not guarantee an automatic ticket. Supporting this position, the APC Director of Publicity, Bala Ibrahim, in an exclusive interview with The Punch, described the ruling party as democratic and progressive, stressing that all members will be allowed to fully enjoy and exercise their rights. APC rules out automatic tickets for defecting governors. You can pick up the Punch newspaper for more details. And from the Daily Trust newspaper, it says NEF opposes location of National Gold Refinery in Lagos. The Northern Elders Forum, NEF, yesterday accused the federal government of locating the National Gold Refinery in Lagos State, But the federal government said it was unfortunate that the NEF was framing a private sector driven initiative in the mining sector as a regional agenda. The NEF, in an open letter signed by its spokesperson, Professor Abubakar Jika Jidere, and addressed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and members of the Federal Executive Council, alleged the location of the gold refinery stuck at the heart of Nigeria's constitutional commitment to equity, federal balance, and inclusive economic development. The letter, dated 18 January 2026, was titled Open Letter to the Federal Government of Nigeria on the Location of the National Gold Refinery, Federal Character, Derivation, and Deepening Crisis of Structural Inequality. NEF opposes location of National Gold Refinery in Lagos. You can pick up the Daily Trust for more details. I think these northern elders have a point because if the northerners, which are the ones that actually mine this gold, and if they claim that the gold refinery should be in one of their states, then we are not to argue because how many people actually mine gold in Lagos State. So I think the government should look into this and at least give them what they duly ask for. We'll be going on a quick short break. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is closer than you think.
This is 24 News Radio and Television today in the dailies. Thank you for sticking with us. Now from the Nigerian Tribune, it says 2027 presidency debate over religious balance in Tinubu's ticket hots up. Northern political strategists and opinion leaders have ruled out the possibility of the Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka, as a possible replacement for Vice President Kashim Shettima in the 2027 election. A recent push said to have been instigated by the United States of America had ignited debates around the Muslim tickets used by President Bola Tinubu in 2023 election. President Tinubu had paired with Senator Shettima in a Muslim-Muslim arrangement that was opposed by some Christian leaders in the country. But the opposition died down a bit following massive campaigns, which highlighted Tinubu's disposition to religious tolerance and religious harmony that exists in the southwest, where he hails from. 2027 presidency debates over religious balance in Tinubu's ticket hots up. You can pick up the Nigerian Tribune for more details. And if Tinubu in 2023 election actually went with the Muslim ticket, what makes people feel like he's going to change it in this 2027 upcoming election? I think he has his plan and he knows what he's going to do. Maybe he may actually go with a Muslim Christian ticket, seeing the religious crisis that may happen in Nigeria, maybe just to clear the face or their name that no, there's no Christian attack from the Muslims in Nigeria. We will hope to see what 2027 election hope to bring to us. Until then, from the Nigerian Tribune again, it says the Nigerian Air Force airstrikes kills over 40 terrorists in Borno. Nigerian Air Force NAF has neutralized more than 40 terrorists in coordinated close air support and air interdiction operations at Azare and Musaram areas of Borno, disrupting planned attacks and bolstering ongoing ground operations. This is contained in a statement by the Director, Public Relations and Information, NAF Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame on Sunday in Abuja. Ejodame said the operations conducted on January 15th and 16th by Air Component of Operation Hadin Kai, following actionable intelligence and in close coordination with troops in attack. NAF airstrike kills over 40 terrorists in Borno. You can pick up the Nigerian Tribune for more details. This is such a good news. The fact that we can hear that our armed forces are actually working. We hope they continue with this momentum till they deal with all the terrorists um, terrorizing Nigeria. And lastly, from the Punch newspaper, this is for the sports lovers. It says drama as Senegal beats Morocco to claim AFCON title. Senegal won their second African Cup of Nations title in dramatic fashion on Sunday after defeating host Morocco 1-0 following extra time at Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat in a final that descended into chaos and controversy, the Punch reports. The Teranga Lions, playing their fourth AFCON final and first since 2021, overcame the Atlas Lions, who were contesting only their second final since 2004, to lift the trophy in a match marked by contentious refereeing decisions, a pitch protest, and a decisive goal from Pepe Gueye. Senegal had enjoyed a relatively smooth run to the final, playing all six of their previous matches in Tangier, while Morocco was playing their seventh game in Rabat. Despite the fatigue, the host nation, who became the 15th African nation to reach a final on home soil, had the support of raucous crowd and were aiming to emulate recent successful hosts such as Tunisia in 2004, Egypt in 2006, and Ivory Coast in 2023, all of whom lifted the trophy after reaching the final at home. Drama as Senegal beat Morocco to claim AFCON title. You can pick up the Punch newspaper for more details. Congratulations to Senegal for this AFCON title that they won. We Nigerians celebrate with them. And that brings us to the end of today in the dailies, happening live on 24 News Radio and Television. I am Iva Karina Wari. We hope to see you on this same platform tomorrow. Stay tuned with us, and we love you from the studios. Bye.
Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilori. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is closer than you think. Welcome to 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage.